For this video, we're going to be talking about combinations of transformations. So for these two problems, we're going to write a function that is multiple transformations in a graph of another function by applying the transformations in the order that it is stated. So looking at this first one, it says, let the graph of g be a vertical shrink by a factor of 0.25, followed by a translation 3 units up from the graph of f of x equaled x. Write a rule for g. So the very first transformation that we're going to do is a vertical shrink by a factor of 0.25. So since this one's a vertical shrink, that means we're multiplying the output by 0.25. And we're starting with the graph of f of x is equal to x. So that means for my first transformation, let's just call it h. To do that vertical shrink, I'm going to multiply f of x by 0.25. And since f of x is equal to x, that means that my first transformation is going to be 0.25x. So we did the first transformation. Now we need to go ahead and do the second one. The second one says that this is followed by a translation 3 units up. So since this is a translation 3 units up, that means we're adding 3 to our output. So g of x is then going to equal to our function we just found, h of x, plus 3. And since h of x is equal to 0.25, that means that my function g is going to be 0.25x plus 3. Okay, let's look at one more. So number 2 says, let the graph of g be a translation 6 units down, followed by a reflection in the x-axis of the graph f of x is equal to the absolute value of x. Write a rule for g. So here it says that my first transformation is going to be a translation 6 units down. And I'm starting with the function f of x is equal to the absolute value of x. So for this one, since I am doing a translation 6 units down, my first transformation, h of x, it's going to be f of x minus 6. Since I am translating 6 units down, I am subtracting 6 from my output. And since f of x is equal to the absolute value of x, this will be the absolute value of x minus 6. Now it says the next translation is going to be a reflection in the x-axis. And so we talked about in an earlier video that reflections in the x-axis is going to be multiplying the output by -1. So that means that g of x is going to equal to negative of h of x. Well, h of x, which we just found, that is going to be negative of absolute value of x minus 6. And just to simplify that out, I'm going to distribute that negative, and so I get that g of x is equal to negative absolute value of x plus 6.